Today we're diving into a Stage 2 budget build for the Predator 212. If you're looking to upgrade your 212 or a similar engine but don't want to break the bank, this video is perfect for you. Here's what we're focusing on today. Header and muffler to free up exhaust flow and keep things sleek. Carburetor and air filter upgrade to match the new exhaust and boost intake. Governor removal to unleash full RPM power and keep internal safer. Oil sensor bypass, of course because we want a wheelie and turn sharper without bogging out. Flywheel upgrade to handle the power and smooth the ride. Last but not least, 18-pound valve springs for serious RPM gains. Let me show you how. Alright, first things first, the exhaust system. Installing the header and muffler is one of the fastest, loudest, and most satisfying upgrades you can do. I will be wrapping the header with heat wrap eventually, just not in this video. Make sure gasket's on right. Use the lock washers that come with the kit, definitely wanted. With exhaust free flowing, we gotta feed the beast. Upgrading the carburetor feeds more gas, and the air filter improves how much air the engine intakes, which balances the air-fuel mixture for maximum power. This combo completes your new high-performance breathing system. This kit was a straightforward install for my buddy. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case for me. I had to drill out the screw holes for mine to fit. Now we're getting all the parts out, let's talk about assembly. The fixed holes bolt directly onto the engine. The holes with sliders bolts to the carb. Get your gaskets on the first time. I had to take mine apart and put it back together 3 times because I forgot the gaskets. Now that we've upgraded the intake, we need to rejet the carb. This is super important to avoid running lean. I've already done that off camera, but if you're not sure how to do it, I've got a full rejetting tutorial coming in a few weeks that walks you through it step by step. I'll link it here and in the description once it's up. Now we go deeper. Removing the governor unlocks your engine's full RPM range by cutting the factory speed limiter. It's a simple but critical mod to get those safe high revs we want in stage 2. Here's how I did it. First, remove the governor arm. Don't hit the crankshaft too much. Now get the gear and pull this tiny little ring out to do that. Grab a 1/4 inch machine bolt and plug up that hole. Be very careful, this engine block can break. Clean up any shavings that you left inside the engine. Bypassing the oil sensor. This little guy can kill your engine mid-ride if it thinks your oil levels are low, even if they aren't. We're not removing it today, just unplugging the sensor wire to keep things clean and prevent those issues. Now that we're at this point, I think we all deserve a start test. Upgrading the flywheel improves engine smoothness and handles increased RPM and power. This step adds both reliability and performance, but don't skip the torque wrench. It's crucial for safety. Now if you're wondering why I'm not using a billet flywheel, yes they're stronger, but also pricier. This one's a solid upgrade from stock without breaking the bank, and perfect for 18-pound springs. Like I'm doing here, use grinding compound to make sure that the surfaces mate properly. The absolute best method would be the string method. If you try just using a pry bar and putting it in the fins of the flywheel, you make a huge mistake. I did that. I'll show you at the very end of the flywheel process. But yeah, that's why you don't do that. The next mod is swapping out the stock valve springs for 18-pound springs. This lets your engine safely rev to around 6,000 to 7,000 RPM. It's the perfect match for a stage 2 build, especially with an upgraded aluminum flywheel like I've got. We're not going full 22-pound here, that would push the limits of this flywheel and increase the risk of failure, but 18s give you real performance gains without sacrificing reliability. I have a Hemi engine, so I have to pull out these little pins before pulling out the springs. Go into this expecting to hurt after. Your thumbs will definitely take a beating. Mine are still numb after a week and a half. If you touch your valves at all, you have to re-gap them. Let's fire it up and see how good the stage 2 budget build sounds. Yes, sir! That's it for today's stage 2 Predator 212 budget build. If this helped you out, share it with someone else building a Predator. Let's keep these projects alive. If you're pumped to see how I swap this engine into my Minibike, that video's coming next. I'm running a bit behind schedule, so it's a little rough, but still hit that notification bell. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop any questions in the comments. Peace.